Bring that back to Stunner. Stunner like that's the move. Like what y'all need me to do. Like a record. We gonna put you and P on the record. Send it to Stunner. Stunner give us 32 balls. Say like Spitter, when we first got it back, Spitter used to always run this and be like, man, this Stunner hard this verse. It's on third wall G's. Stunner sent us back 32 balls. We like, woo, we got smoke. All we gotta do is hit P. We hit P. We tell him the offer and everything, right? I'm sure Dodo told him the offer, right? Then tell him he got to get on the record with Baby. So that record is supposed to be me, Baby, and P.
Right.
Right? P said, I ain't with that. Man, I don't really, I don't think him and Dodo had a conversation after that.
You know what I was thinking about, bro? When I said you linking Soulja Slim and C Murder, that was Dodo then, huh? Who linked Soulja Slim and C Murder?
Dodo, yeah.
So that's why I got it mixed up. Yeah.
See, Dodo and Dodo and Slim had a hell of a relationship. Like they bumped into each other in jail so much. So they had a hell of a relationship.
Yeah.
So even when like Slim was going through things with Pete, like him and Dodo just used to be running. Yeah. But Slim and Dodo had a hell of a relationship. And then around that time, like after we come off the Brick Living album, like we was really mostly back in the hood as I was working on the album. But we running around. So C running around at the same time. So most of the time we going out together. It's C, Wango, all they crew, me, Dodo, Big U, Tweet, our crew, and then it started being Slim, you know, because everybody mess with each other. So we'd be rolling around like 40, 50 deep.
That's great.
Like, even in the times of, like you could see it, I just wasn't there when they shot the thing with Ice-T.
Mm.
Then when she shot the thing with Ice-T, like I just wasn't there, but
Dodo
I was
was
right
in
there with
him. Dodo was in there.
Like, and no, Dodo wasn't in there. That's another day around there.
Oh yeah, this is where Slim from too. So is Slim and Marcelo. Them niggas running this. Let me tell y'all who this is right quick. This Dodo tough guy. You heard me? What's up? So you know, representing third world cardio, so it all going down like
no
that.
Limit, true.
Bro.
Keeping it true.
Hold on.
That's a day of it, but he's in that video, but that's not all in one day.
Ah, okay.
You see what I'm saying? When Dodo came back down there for parole or something. I was on tour around that time too. I was on tour with the Flip.
Oh, okay. Man, bro, do you got any memories, like favorite memories of Dodo that you can share? And then y'all meet like incarcerated or something like that?
I met him in jail, but that wasn't like meeting like that. Like I actually met him when my godfather Victor brought me to him.
And didn't he try to do something to your cousin or something like that?
Man, y'all be doing the most. Yeah, he had a situation with, like, back in the game, like, so this where I heard his name from, because he used to be wildin', right? So back in the game, like, they pulled something off on my cousin, but it didn't, you know, he got away and they got away, so everything was cool. But it was crazy, because me, like, one thing about that dude, bro, we talked about everything. Like, we ain't cut no corners, and it was just so funny.
Yeah. But you said you met him, so you met him in jail, but it really wasn't like that. You said your
grandfather
grandfather
knew about that.
Oh,
so it's like, I'm going through here and there doing time, but I had already knew. Soon as they say Dodo, I knew.
Mm. So, like, man, but like you said, like memories though. Any favorite memories you can share, man?
Doe used to always tell me and Spitter, right? I'm a street nigga. I ain't doing this shit for me. I'm doing this shit for y'all. Like anytime we'll do something stupid. Like one time Spitter for Bayou Classics, we had a big old party. It was for Victor and Dodo. Mm. It's the night Slim come home, cause Slim performed that night. It's the night when Slim come home and he coming back from No Limit.
Soldier Slim.
Dodo, and I'm telling you how tight him and Dodo are. It's Dodo and Victor party. Now around this time, like, we got ice sculptures and everything, so this is a big ass party, right? In New Orleans, see on Bayou Classics, it's like a party in the streets. So we got a spot that's like round Canal Street. People just walking past, it's like 9 o'clock. Spillers and his friend jump in the truck and say they about to go, I don't know what they did. He said what they was about to go do or something, like something crazy. But like everybody rides down Canal Street in cars and stuff like that, like, right? They get stuck in traffic. In an hour, that place get packed, full packed. We start performing, Slim come in there, Slim get on stage, but this the night when we supposed to introduce Spitter. He's stuck in traffic. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he used to always tell us, like, I'm not doing this shit for me, I'm doing this shit for y'all, I go back to the streets. But he used to say that because it came a time where Pete was like, y'all gotta stop hustling.
Was Dodo and Master P close?
Yeah. Like, I think this was the thing of it, right? Not only Dodo and Master P, but Victor and Master P too. So it was like this, like as in, I think P came home and did favors for all his partners, right? And both of those times, my godfather and Dodo was in jail. So they never got to see him since they been back. So they was like, when we see him, we ain't asking him for nothing, we asking him to help us.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, my godfather, he always been getting money. Like, he been in the streets like that and getting money. He always got money, right? So he had just got a lawsuit of like $800,000 or something like that. That's what took Tough Guy off. So he was like, he didn't need to ask him for no money. And Victor was smart as a motherfucker too. So they ain't go asking them for no money. We put an album together and they said, help us with this.
Yeah. Man, I know you mentioned that Dodo and Birdman was close, but so Dodo, you saying P and your godfather and P was close, man, but
Birdman and Dodo relationship is something
totally
crazy
different.
too though.
Yeah. You say
Like,
he paid for his funeral.
Yeah. Like, I think this, like, it came a time when I think, like, after we did the first album, in between the second one, we was making decisions, right? And before that, like, cause P called us and told us, like, stop selling drugs, right? Before he got us the deal, boom. But they, like, Victor and Doe was on something, we gonna stand on it. We know he gonna do what he said he gonna do for us, which he came through on. After we did that album, we had a conversation with P about getting another budget. It's a whole nother story. So we just go back. I ain't really doing no tours or nothing. Like this when all us running around. See, Soldier Slim. Like we really just running around. Like we in the streets, right? So it'll be times where Dodo called P, wanted to the phone. And Dodo speak his mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he'll just be telling us like that, man, I don't know what he doing and this and that and this and that. And once we tapped in with Stunner, like he just left it alone. Like Stunner was like, come on man, I'm gonna tell you where to come do this, come do that. Like as in, even with that deal, like that was Stunner putting that deal together. In reality, it really was.
Oh, with Def Jam.
That was Stunner putting it together because Russell really wanted to holler at Stunner. Right? And soon as Dodo called Stunner and was like, and I'm talking about this in the midst of it, but like we was on some trying to pull that project back together, right? And nobody could do that. Like, C was kind of too young. So he couldn't keep everybody around him. Like, you got this side, you got that side. So, and, you know, C was still doing growing, right? Dodo was more or less like the OG who, like, you knew was up with him, but he keep things calm. Like, I remember times when we used to, like, walk in spots and motherfuckers be looking crazy and throw by everybody in the bitch drinks.
For real.
Like that's how we start hooking up with everybody from all those different spots and shit like that, right? Because Dodo really at that time, I'm telling you, at the time Dodo got killed, Dodo wasn't know how that nigga ain't had no gun on him. he got people in the truck, nobody ain't got no gun. You think that dude was worrying about dying or some shit like no, man, Dodo was completely out the streets.
Damn.
We just used to be dipping. We just used to be moving around there and shit. But once him and Stunner got that relationship like that, and we met Russell. He told us yeah, I know who he is. And then because I had got 3.5 mics in the source, that shit was unheard of in that time.
Yeah.
And now for the brick living out, that shit was unheard of. It wasn't a lot of motherfuckers that was even getting that, like, because New York wasn't really fucking with us. So we have that Russell, Dodo flexing his muscle. I know Baby, I know P. Russell come right up with it. I right there, He called him, bam, he tell him, this would be a great idea, right? First he told us how we could get out the contract with priority and all that kind of stuff, right? Even Baby chipped in on that too. Like, so, we had to get out that contract to be able to get in this one, right? We had to get release forms. Well, that's another story too.
Damn, what's the story with that?
I'm gonna get it to you. That's another story though. That's another one. That's another one for you. So we get out the priority deal.
That's crazy.
We hit Stunner, tell him everything. We tell Russell we got the release forms. Russell tell us, get both of them on the phone. Call Stunner, Stunner pick right up. Yeah. Anything they doing, I'm fucking with it. Russell went to get into all that Stunner like, anything they doing, I'm fucking with it. Tedo hit me. Boom. He hit P. Him and P had a conversation. P don't go too, right? I know for sure P didn't know that Stunner was in too, though. But you can see that after it all happened, right? So I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say just in my opinion, because I think P would have said, let me take care of y'all. Let me do it this way. Like just as in the story of it, because I could tell you, instead of us getting out our deal, P was like, stay here, get another check. So I'm not telling you he was wrong, but we just saw ourselves as being big and Stunner saw it.
Yeah.
So we got both of them on the phone. So they give us an offer.
They give y'all offer.
They give us an offer. Here's Stunner. Stunner like, nice. Tell y'all what to do. Somebody have a party. I don't know if it's probably Stunner used to always have them parties in the city. For his birthday or something like Thanksgiving weekend, he tell Dope pull up. And him and Dope sit down and have a conversation. And I guess he did this around the time where he telling him about like as them running it independent, right? So we let a week go by. We got the lawyers looking at the paperwork. Russell hit back. Russell like, it'd be cool if y'all could put Baby and Master P on the same song, because you got to look at it like they were looking at it like, and then P was all over my single, right? So it looks like I'm just coming from No Limit, but they see how Baby acting towards us, so they're like, let's see if y'all can pull this off, right? Like they put another deal off on the table. Bring that back to Stunner. Stunner like, that's the move. Like what y'all need me to do? Like a record. We gonna put you and P on the record. Send it to Stunner. Stunner give us 32 bars. Say like Spitter, when we first got it back, Spitter used to always run this and be like, man, this Stunner hard this verse. It's on Third Wall G's. Stunner sent us back 32 bars. We like, woo, we got smoke. All we gotta do is hit P. We hit P. We tell him the offer and everything, right? I'm sure Dodo told him the offer, right? And tell him he got to get on the record with Baby. So that record is supposed to be me, Baby, and P.
Right.
Right? P said, I ain't fucking with that. Man, I don't really. I don't think him and Dodo had a conversation after that. Like Dodo took that shit personal, bro. Like because it was an opportunity for us to get. At that time, it was an opportunity for us to get $5 million.
So it wasn't 10 million, it was 5 million.
$5 million.
Oh, wow. Still a lot of money. It probably is.
If you talking, the reason why you saying 10 million, because it was a 2-album option. So it's $5 million an album.
Man, so you say so you didn't talk to him after that. Did you have bad blood with P, or you just looked at it like business?
I don't get into why you can't, like, check this out. Like, once a motherfucker do something for me, like P put me on Where You At Wardy, right? He ain't had to do that. He put his stamp on the Brick Living album and gave us all that shit, all the production and all that. He done enough for me. So that wasn't like, and I ain't asked him for that. Like that was Dodo asked him. Like I'd have loved him to do it. Don't get it twisted. But me and him ain't had that relationship for me to even be able to ask him for that. Like because that shit wasn't just about. Like that shit was personal. That shit wasn't just. Baby was ready to get over that shit. Pete wasn't.
Yeah, nah.
But I'm telling you, as in Baby and as in Dodo and P, they had a different kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Dodo and P had a different kind of relationship. So Dodo took that shit personal.
Didn't you say that in our last interview that Where You At Wardy was your record though?
I wrote the hook for it.
Oh, you wrote the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And they just used it. They took it and used it for the 504
But
board.
that's another thing. P put me. I always tell people P put me on copyright and publishing. So I can't be mad like he done enough for me. Now that move would have been some G shit, right? But it wasn't me asking them that like that. So I couldn't take it personal. Don't take that shit so personal. I couldn't. It wasn't no reason for me to take it personal.
Yeah.
And I don't know his reasons for it. So I don't look at the negative, I tell you the positive. As in business, you don't know people's personal relationships. But for us, we just felt like we was the ones on the ground, so it wasn't that serious.
Yeah.